Okay, here we're going to look at the back forehand corner and specifically the movement after you hit back towards the tee. So you can see here, this is an example where I've really stepped down with that front foot and I have my weight transfer going towards the front wall, which means I'm going to get a lot of power. My hips stayed square to the side wall, so I'm going to hit the ball relatively straight, but I'm kind of slow leaving the corner. So if my opponent is obviously trying to get to that back corner where I've just hit the ball, there could be a lot of interference. So we're going to look at a couple other ways that are going to be more effective that to help you get back to the tee in good position here. And here's one where I go back and I'm hopping with both feet, getting a little bit of momentum. So kind of into a little bit of a mini squat there. And then basically the first step out of here, so after I've hit the ball during the fall through, is left foot, and now you basically turn and run towards the tee. So that's going to be a quick way to get to the tee. But you can see the problem with that is if my opponent was actually going into that corner, I'm directly into their path. So you can only actually move this way if the ball is either far away from the side wall, so you won't be in their path, or if maybe you see that they're volleying it, or if you've hit a different shot, so you boast it or drop it or cross-court it, then you're not worrying about your opponent coming into that same corner again. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I think we'll look at another example here. So I'm going back left, right this time, and then I'm, again, taking that first step back and kind of sprinting back towards the tee. So that's how I would move if I need to get there quickly. And now here we're going to look at a little bit different way to move, which I would do a bit more frequently. So hitting and now a little step with the left and now skipping behind. So my opponent, if they were going into that corner, is going to have a more direct path, assuming my drive was a little bit tighter, to get to that corner. And even just where my racket is actually is going to make a difference on their ability to get into that corner and play that ball. So you don't want to come back with your racket up like that and blocking their pathway to the ball, which I see quite frequently as well. So let's look at a little different one. So you can see here, this ball is a little bit further off the side wall. I'm further away from the side wall. So after I hit this ball, I can probably just turn and run, and as long as I've hit a good drive, they're going to have a direct path to go back to that corner, so I don't need to kind of skip behind with my footwork. I can just step in front and now go straight back to the tee. And here's the last one. So going to go back, left, right, racket's obviously always up before you step into that last shot, and now just skipping behind like that and then back to the tee, which is again going to make sure that your opponent has the direct path to get to that corner, which is something that most people don't really think about, but it's obviously, if you've played somebody who comes back into your pathway as your let's find one. I think it was back here. So if you play somebody who does this, yes, they're going to the tee, but they're also taking your line. So knowing when to do that and when to actually kind of get out of the way more towards a red line in the middle and then up towards the tee is really important. And something that's really subtle that you probably don't notice, but if you are having a lot of collisions with people when you're kind of rotating a drive out of the back corner, likely it could be one of your faults, maybe both of your faults, but it probably has something to do with this, or even how close you get to the ball into the back corner, because the closer you get to the ball and the side wall, then the more you need to clear out to the middle before you can get up to the tee. So that could also be an issue. But I thought it'd be interesting to go over this. Hope you enjoyed these tips, and hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy.